Okay, hello Year 7. So last week your task was to draw a rose window, not a rose as some of you did. If you did a rose, draw the window this week. So what we're going to do, what most of you did, is you got as far as doing the outlines, and that's sort of what I've done here. And I see why a lot of you only managed to get the outline done, because half an hour actually isn't a long time to do a drawing. So what I'm going to show you how to do this time, this lesson, is just to add some of the shading, just to make the tracery, that's these pieces here, make this tracery, just look sort of 3D, just give it a bit of depth, just so it sort of makes it look a little bit like it's an actual object rather than drawing. Okay, so when I do that, I'm going to do that with my mechanical pencil, but I don't know whether you can see this, the end of it is not particularly sharp, so what you really want is something like a blunt pencil to be able to do your shading, blend your shading in a smooth way. Now what I normally do is I flit about a bit, and I usually start with the dark bit, so I know from looking at the picture, this picture is the medium one that I gave you last lesson, so you've got this one if you want to have a look at the drawing, the picture at the same time as I'm doing this. Okay, and there are some lines in there too, so I'm just going to fill those in too. Okay, and the way that I'm getting some different lines is by just simply, very simply, pressing harder at some points than at others. So here I'm pressing very, very lightly, okay? And you can see, you might be able to hear actually, that you will find that your pencil will make a very different noise when you're pressing hard, like that. It's kind of a scratchy sound. And then when I go back in here with a slightly lighter one, okay, it hardly makes a noise at all. Okay, so if you start with your darks, it means that you've got something to gauge your light tones against, because what happens is sometimes it's easy enough to see where all your dark tones are, but if you add all the light ones, you've got nothing to match them against when you come to put in your dark ones. Okay, I'll just make that slightly darker. Okay. So this is not, it's not too much blended shading, it's really more about the contrast with the darks and the lighter pieces. And making sure you put in these kind of double lines where the tracery is. So the tracery is like this, and in the middle you've got a darker line, like that. And you've got another slightly darker line in there. Now I'm not going to make you watch this for too long, because frankly, you've got some drawing to do. But you can see here on my drawing, it's just starting to look a little bit more like an object, and a bit less like just a line drawing. And as I say, I don't have a problem with people only having done the line drawing from last lesson. Okay, just adding those bits in. And just keep looking. One of the keys to a good and accurate drawing is just to keep looking at what you're drawing all the time. Flick your eyes from your drawing to your picture or your object all the time, and that way you will get a much more accurate result. Okay, so hopefully you can see it's starting to look a bit more like an actual window. That's that bit. Now, if you've done quite a complicated drawing, you may run out of time and you may not be able to do the whole of your drawing in the time that we have in the lesson. So if so, don't worry, just do a detail, do an area, do as much as you can during the lesson, and then upload it to me anyway, because that way I will know that you've done it, and I will know that you have had a go. So just to recap, when we're doing the shading, it's about how hard you press with your pencil. So if you want a dark line, like this middle bit here will be a dark line. If you want a dark line, okay, press hard with your pencil. Okay, and if you want a lighter line, like you want this bit to be a bit lighter, very, very gently. Okay, and I think that's probably just about it for the time being. But any problems, let me know.